When the idea of the economy of communion was announced in 1991 by Chiara, I know she was in Brazil at the time, and Joanne and I were on our way from Tucson, Arizona to live in Mariapolis-Luminosa in New York. And Mariapolis-Luminosa is one of these little cities of the Focolare movement. We brought our two youngest children with us, and we were coming actually to build this community. Now, once we got here, we understood that our call to participate in the economy of communion was really very strong. In fact, I really believe that it was an answer to one of our many prayers about whether or not we could make a difference in this world. And we saw the initial idea of the economy of communion as really an answer to poverty, to helping people who were in need, both here in our country and perhaps even in the world.
Originally, I was a teacher, and then I went into business. I went into business with two other partners and lived what many people think is the American dream. We had a very small business. It grew substantially in 4 years. At the end of those 4 years, we sold the business, made an awful lot of money. It was always kind of funny that I was in business because from a philosophical point of view, I am absolutely opposed to the fact that inanimate little pieces of paper should rule our lives. The human person should be at the center of everything. It was important that I tried to make an experience of this person at the centerness. So I went to Hyde Park, New York to try to make that experience. In the process of getting ready to go, I was at a meeting for economy and work. That's when the economy of communion was first announced. I sat there and went, this is what I've been waiting for. It's beyond philanthropy because everybody's involved. The people who make, the people who share, the people who need, the people who do come, everybody's involved. That was the part that really took me. And in lots of ways, I think it's very ironic. When I finished business in Chicago, I had made myself 3 promises. 2 of them I don't remember anymore, so they must not have been too important. The third one was I would never start another business again because it takes your life. And to give your life for something that is inanimate, I couldn't fathom for my life. But when I heard about this EOC, I was absolutely captivated. It's a lifestyle, and that's the whole key. It's a lifestyle where the human person is the focus of it.
Well, I love people. I'm really a people person. And so a big part of my job, at least until the students come in the afternoon to Finish Line, is answering the phones with all the inquiry calls parents have or even teachers have regarding the services that we offer. Sometimes they come from the parents and they're a little bit frustrated and they don't know what to do. So what they have to tell me sometimes takes a little bit of time. I never really clock the time. I try to listen to them all the way to the end to make sure that all their questions have been answered, the concerns that they have now have become my concerns. For me, it's really an important part of the day.
The notion that a business can't have strong relationships and treat people the way you would like to be treated is one of the most erroneous and false statements I think anybody can make about a business. And I think Finish Line exists as a contradiction to that specific idea. We've been in business for over 15 years now, and we've done nothing but live the idea of building relationships with everyone that we come into contact with. The whole idea of building relationship, I think, is the reason why we're so successful.
In order to really keep that family atmosphere alive, I saw the waiting room as a really great opportunity to get to know the parents. I just didn't want that hour to go wasted while they're just sitting there. So many times I would go out into the waiting room and sit with them and engage them in conversation and introduce them to the other parents in the room. And sooner than later, people were starting to share with one another, and it was really a wonderful atmosphere. One parent, after being with us for over a year or two, her son was finished with FinishLine and she no longer had to come. But when she realized that she wouldn't be coming back, she actually cried, saying, you know, I really know I should be happy about this moment, but right now I feel so sad. I feel like I'm leaving my family. So it was really a moment for me to realize how important that was and to utilize everything that we have in our business as a way to build relationship.
Many times we're asked, you know, how do we get our students, and do we screen them? Do we accept everybody? What's the story? Because we work one-on-one, we always have a chance to talk with the students beforehand. During that time, you can find out what the needs are, if we can meet their needs, who the people are, if they're willing to work, what the situation is. So anybody who walks through FinishLine's door is going to get the best that FinishLine has to offer.
We've tried to do the same thing with our teachers, to really take care of them and to respect them, to respect their time. And I know that, for instance, one of the teachers who was really counts on this income of tutoring for her family, and she called in desperation because her babysitter didn't show up. And I knew that she needed that money, so I just left my desk and I went to her house and I watched her children so that she could come to work. And she was really almost speechless with that. To me, it was what FinishLine is all about. And so she sent a note. She said, that's why I love working at FinishLine, because you know, you always go above and beyond, and you build that family atmosphere. So we continue to do that with our teachers.